Welcome to In Confidence, where what we share in confidence helps us grow in confidence. This season is one of my favorites. Not that I don't love them all, but I love this season because it's the last quarter challenge. What this is a 10-week training plan for confidence. Each week, we're giving you a micro moment, something to practice, an action to take, and then we have a guest come on later in that week to talk about that micro moment. And each of these micro moments has been designed to give you more and more confidence, to ladder up your confidence so that we can finish this last quarter of the year as our strongest selves and go into 2026 with all the gravitas we can. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. Today's micro moment is called Compliment Ripple. And not just because I named my puppy Ripple, because she has a ripple effect on people's lives, but the compliment ripple is a micro moment that you can do right after you finish this episode. It is something that is so quick and easy to do and makes you feel better and the person you're going to interact with feel better too. Confidence starts with reflection and self-recognition, but it is also about recognizing others. In fact, confidence can come from recognizing the strengths of other people. And when we compliment someone, we're not just being nice. We're creating a ripple effect that strengthens relationships, builds trust, and amplifies confidence for everyone. So this micro moment is now about shifting our attention outward, which is noticing and naming the growth of others. What if I told you that a single sentence could change someone else's day and strengthen yourself in the process? Well, that's exactly what we're going to practice today. Because the science is very clear behind compliments. In fact, compliments activate reward pathways in the brain, not just for the receiver of the compliment, but for also the giver. The research in social neuroscience shows that compliments trigger the brain's reward system the same way it does when it receives money. I mean, that's incredible. There are MRI studies that were done in Japan that found that receiving compliments activated the striatum, the same region of the brain that lights up when you receive money. What's fascinating is it's not just about receiving compliments, but there's a lot of evidence that shows that giving compliments boosts people's mood and social connection. There's also the effect of social contagion. So when recognition spreads, compliments and gratitude can actually cascade through social groups, and that creates a ripple effect. There was a piece of research done at UPenn on gratitude interventions that when managers gave handwritten notes of thanks, recipients reported higher motivation and passed on more positive recognition to others. And compliments strengthen our relationships. I think there's something really powerful when you feel seen. I think we're all looking to be seen in some way, to be heard, to be valued. And I think when someone values you and takes the time to share it with you, it strengthens a relationship. So when we think about building trust and belonging, this is a core element of it. Gallup workplace research revealed that employees who receive regular recognition are 3 times more engaged and more likely to stay with their company. So compliments aren't just a nice to have, they're a powerful tool for confidence, trust, and momentum. One of the things that I will tell you as a receiver of a compliment ripple, I have a friend, Neen James, she's actually joining us on this season of the podcast, where I woke up one morning, I was actually kind of sad, and before I started all my confidence anchors and all the things that I usually do to get myself going for the day, I opened up my phone and I had a text message from her. And it said, I just want you to know that everything you're doing on LinkedIn, on podcasts, in terms of content, it's really changing lives. And I admire how much you look out for others and you're making a difference in the world. That was possibly the best way to start my day. She created a ripple effect in my life when I received that particular text message. I have another friend, Maggie Palmer, who sends wellness checks, text messages. My best friend, Jane Park, she actually will tell me on the last week of the month, you know what? I see you. I know how hard you're trying. I know how hard you're working. If no one tells you today, I know you're stronger today than you were last year. And so these compliments have a real effect on my mood. And I know for the person sending it, it does too. I did my own test today where I actually sent a text message to someone just to say, hey, I know how hard you're working at launching your book. I cannot wait for the world to see it. You already have changed my life. Now I'm grateful that other people will get to have their lives changed too. She wrote back within 3 minutes and she said, I don't know if you knew how much I needed to hear this today. I really need to hear this. You know how hard it is to launch a book, and that means a lot that you're seeing that in me. And so we had this incredible moment where I got to share something genuinely that I was seeing in her life, that I was so proud of her. I was appreciative of her role in my life, but I was just honoring what she was doing. And she sent a note right back that made me feel good too. And that's the effect of compliment ripple. Everyone gets stronger. Everyone feels more confident. So here is your action step. This is your micro moment for the week. I want you to give one compliment to someone in your life about growth. Instead of, you're so talented, you're great, I want you to send a note, if it's someone you're working with, hey, I've noticed your presentations have gotten sharper, or your emails have gotten better. You've been really more patient with tough people in your life. I want you to send something where it's super specific and clear that you are seeing something that they are doing better, they're growing at, something they're struggling with that they're powering through. Make it genuine, make it specific. And I think this is the most important thing about compliment ripple. It can't just be, oh, you're great. Really make it specific and make it about progress. I think people love to be seen. You know, we always celebrate the MVPs. We talked about that earlier this season. We don't always celebrate the most improved player. People love being recognized for progress. And here's an optional twist if you don't want to send that message today, whether it's an email, a phone call, a text message. I want you to keep a running list of compliments you've noticed in colleagues, friends, or family and share one per week. Just open up your phone. It could be someone you haven't talked to in a while. It could be a LinkedIn message that you can just say, hey, I know all the things you're doing. It must be hard, or it's incredible everything you're doing. And send that message. I guarantee you that the ripple effect will come back to you tenfold. This is why it's helpful. Compliments shift culture because we're training ourselves to notice progress, not just perfection. And one compliment boosts someone else's confidence, which often leads them to compliment or encourage someone else. There's actually a contagion effect. This whole idea of a ripple or a butterfly effect. You don't even know where it's going to go. They do strengthen your confidence because by you learning to spot growth in others, you actually get better about sharpening your ability to see it in yourself. Really, as we talked about earlier this season, MVPs get the applause, but MIPs, most improved players, the ones who are improving, they deserve recognition as well. And you can be the person who gives it. Start a ripple effect. Start your ripple. Give one compliment that's about growth to someone this week. Notice how it changes them and changes you. We started this last quarter challenge reflecting inward. We then moved to giving ourselves credit. And now we're turning outward because confidence grows fastest in connection. My guest this week is Erin Gallagher, the founder of Hype Women. And you're going to hear her talk about how a compliment ripple changed her life and how she's paying it forward and how we all can use our capital, whether it's social, financial, and whatnot, to create a ripple effect in everyone's life. I hope you loved this episode of In Confidence. If you loved it, please share it with someone who needs to hear it today. In fact, pair it up. Pay them the compliment and send them the episode. Maybe it's a dual moment. Subscribe so you never miss a moment of inspiration, especially this season, because every single week you are getting a micro moment to ladder up your gravitas. Until next time, in the words of my 9-year-old self, I see you, I value you, and I believe in you. This is In Confidence. Hi, I just want to remind everyone around a little special feature on season 3. We're calling it a little bit of a bonus to celebrate our training plan for confidence. We want everyone to take on the last quarter challenge. So each week on Tuesday, when the episode drops, I will be posting on my LinkedIn, Lisa L. Sun. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'll be posting the challenge. And if you like that post and you comment on how you've embraced that challenge, how it's made a difference for you, you'll be entered to win a gift that week. So we'll be picking a winner each week. And then if you complete all 10 challenges by the end of the season, if someone actually goes on and likes and posts on all 10, you'll be entered to win a grand giveaway in December. I hope you'll join me in embracing the last quarter challenge. Follow me on LinkedIn and join in on the fun.